for Eid al-Fitr, and inshallah we're going to start in a few minutes. And so it's a small gathering, inshallah, spread out so you can have equal balance of yourself. So let me give you the tarteeb how we will be, inshallah, doing the Eid al-Fitr. So this will be the niyyah as you do the niyyah. This will be niyyah for the Eid al-Fitr. بمع زائد تكبيرات. And زائد takbirat is there will be more takbirat more than this we do normally. So in this, inshallah, we will be doing 4 takbirat total. 7 will be in the first rakah and 5 will be in the second rakah. So the 3 will be, Imam will stand up here and we will recite Sana. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيرك. After that, Imam will do 7 takbirat, right? And both ways are right. Some people touch the hand and leave it, and some don't even raise the hand. Both are valid. Okay. So if you raise the hand, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. After you do Allahu Akbar, leave your hand down, and then again Allahu Akbar, leave your hand down. On the seventh one, when Imam says Allahu Akbar, then hold your hand. Then Imam will recite the Surah Fatiha and the Surah, and after that go in sujood as we do the whole sujood. After the second rakat, we stand up, and Imam is going to do 5 takbirat again. Allahu Akbar, again, Allahu Akbar, leave your hand if you're raising hand. Then again, on the fifth one, hold your hand. And then Imam will recite Fatiha and Surah, and inshallah, the normal way you conclude Salah is going to conclude. After that, there will be short khutbah, and that is wajib to listen to. This is compulsory to listen to the khutbah. Inshallah, there will be some messages in the khutbah. And after that, we will conclude. And as you know, it's a very unprecedented time we are going through. And in these times, I know we are so accustomed to, I'm going to remind this now, and I'm going to remind again during the khutbah as well. Before I forget, so I'm going to remind right now. In unprecedented time, we are so accustomed to meet and greet, and this is a joyous occasion for us, right? We meet and greet anyway, and we hug and whatnot. But in this time, I would recommend, as anyone is recommending, or all ulama of the same opinion, that let's not hug. Let's not hug, let's not shake hand. This is like if you're doing Eid Mubarak, this is all good. So if someone is doing, if you go closer and someone is doing, don't get offended on that one, because this is we need to do. This is for your own protections, for others as well. If you are a close family, when you go, in your own close family, close knit, and it's perfectly all right because you're living together anyway in the same house, so you can do. But for the general public, it's okay. Eid Mubarak, this way, do an Eid Mubarak and do this way, and then do the gesture this way. So all of you are wearing masks. Alhamdulillah, that's one of the mandatory things we are doing, or this from the government. We are compliant with the government as well. Plus, this is for our own safety as well. Even though everyone is uncomfortable, I know. But it's for the safety, inshallah. So we're going to start the salah, okay? And inshallah, do the tarteeb, make the stuff right? And keep the distance maintained as majority of you, I see you again and again every time in Jummah, inshallah. So you know what that means, inshallah. So yeah. So one can come in the middle, that's okay. Yeah. So inshallah. استووا تراصوا صفوفكم إن شاء الله. الله أكبر. 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 بسم الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء نحوا سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يغشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. 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 الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا السماء انفطرت وإذا الكواكب انتصرت وإذا البحار فجرت وإذا القبور بعثرت علمت نفس ما قدمت وأخرت يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم الذي خلقك فسواك فعدلك في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك كلا بل تكذبون بالدين وإن عليكم لحافظين كراما كاتبين يعلمون ما تفعلون إن الأبرار لفي نعيم وإن الفجار لفي جحيم يصلونها يوم الدين وما هم عنها بغائبين وما أدراك ما يوم الدين يوم لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا والأمر يومئذ لله. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر 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 الله أكبر. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لمثل له ولا مماثل له وزل عبد سرمدي دامي أول له ولا آخر له. ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا حبيبنا وحبيب ربنا طيبنا وطيب قلوبنا شفيعنا وشفاع صدورنا قرة أعين محمد عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Alhamdulillah, ثم alhamdulillah. We have gathered here this morning on the blessed day of Eid to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His infinite blessings, favors and mercy upon us. Eid is a celebration after the end of Ramadan. During this unprecedented time, we should not forget that this is still a joyous moment for us. We as a Muslim need to celebrate this one. This is one of the things we need to do. End of Ramadan, whatever shape and form we did, we understand that was one of the trying times for whole humanity and khususan for Muslims as well. Some of us were able to do the Tarawih somewhere in the Jamaat, or some were able to do the Jamaat at home, and some were not fortunate enough to have the Jamaat with some other people, and they may have prayed alone. But this is all because of trying times, whatever we've gone through. Ulama has ijtihad on this one. Even you see in Khana Kaaba, you see in Kaaba and Haramain, they are doing the social distancing as well. Subhanallah, we have never seen this one anywhere in the world before. But this was happening, and ulama have ijtihad. Because of the uncertainty, we can do this way. So alhamdulillah, it's a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has let us see this Ramadan, and towards the end, we are able to celebrate. There were other people who were not fortunate enough who were able to see this Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all those departed souls who has departed from us, our brothers and sisters. They were not fortunate enough to see the Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive their shortcomings and inshallah elevate their level and inshallah protect them from the adab al-qabr and give them Jannah al-Firdaus. So Eid is a day of peace and thanksgiving, a day of forgiveness and moral victory, a day of festive remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the will, the strength and endurance to observe fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, and after that giving us an opportunity to come for this salah. I know we have seen a whole different way of salah in our past lives. Probably some of us not seen this kind of unprecedented time in our life, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us not see this in future, inshallah. Ameen. So my dear brothers and sisters, I'm saying, I don't know if there are sisters here, but there may be on the web, maybe there someone is listening. So that's what I'm saying. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us to Islam. And without His guidance, we would not have been guided. We are among the most blessed people for the simple reason that we have been guided to Islam. The path of the prophets, and this is the same path of the prophets and path of the messenger of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna deena inda Allah al-Islam. The deen in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Islam, submission. So Allah explicitly telling us
There's no other deen. You submit. So all, if you see on the other side of the aisles, if people still believe their deen was Islam, means submission in their own way. They used to follow, they need to follow their own prophets. When Musa was there, when Isa alayhi salam was there, and when after that Rasulullah sallam come in this time, they all need to follow Rasulullah sallam teachings as well. But that's just leave it there. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explicitly said, Inna deen inda Islam. The deen in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is only Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought us together as a Muslim ummah. And we have gathered here today only for His sake, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. Our difference in color, race, and cultural background do not divide us from being an ummah. This is a key point. This does not divide us not being an ummah. This is a community of the believers. We are the beacon of light for humanity, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. You are the best community ever to be produced before mankind. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the best of the creation, which is Adam and Bani Adam, all the progeny of Adam. And among them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, you are the best of the community. To the Muslims, to the Ummati of Rasulullah, he says, followers of Rasulullah, you are the best of the community ever been produced before mankind. You enjoin the right, forbid the wrong, and have iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Being the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam means we bear the responsibility of living Islam as our way of life and conveying that message to all of the humanity, especially in today's great time of need. We must convey this message sincerely, kindly, and with the wisest of manners. This is a very key moment. When you invite to give da'wah to someone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wa mu'izatil hasana wa jadilhum billati ahsan." Call to the way of your Lord, to your Rabb, with wisdom. Some people just go walk up straight and start talking about Islam. No. Resonate with them. First talk in a manner so you can have a good conversation. Then you can, with the wisdom, invite them and with the good teaching and reason with them in that way that is best possible. So reasoning in a best possible way is the good way of conveying the message of Islam. Let's not argue. Let's not fight. So some says, I'm a Shafi, I'm a Hanafi, I'm Hanbali, I'm this and that. So if you feel like you are one and no one has preference over other. This is all scholarly thoughts. They were all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed those scholars, or they were the one who guided the whole ummah in their own interpretation. So all of them are following the teaching of Allah, Rasulullah. So if anyone has a disagreement that what Shafi believe and Hanafi believe, let's not have an argument. Let's try to understand with the best possible manner and try to understand where they're coming from, what the masails are. Do we need to do Rafa Yadan or we don't need to do Rafa Yadan? Do we need to recite Fatiha behind Imam loudly or quietly? There are reasoning for all of them. And they have a very strong reasoning actually. So let's not argue on these things. These are some gray areas sometimes. But on the same time, be careful from the innovation. There are people out there who are there to misguide Ummah of Rasulullah, who are there to misguide you. Let's protect yourself from so-called na'udhu billah, continuation of the Nabuwah. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us from that fitna. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect the whole mankind community from these kind of fatayn, because these fitna is going to go intense as we get closer to the Yawm al-Qiyamah. These are going to come more and more. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom that we can see what is right, what is wrong is wrong. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that wisdom. Ameen. Islam is essentially about one willful submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and about becoming His work viceroy. So we are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala nominated Adam alayhi salam as a viceroy on this earth. So we are the viceroy. So we are the continuation of same viceroy, right? Here on the earth. The spirit of Islam is to nurture and strengthen our conscience and to prepare us a better human being so that we can live at peace with ourselves and spread peace amongst others. Our world desperately needs harmony and peace. Harmony, peace, and justice are essential ingredients for our stewardship of the world. In today's khutbah, on this blessed day of Eid, Eid al-Fitr, let me share you some thoughts on the topic of reviving the spirit of Islam. Most often than not, we tend to forget the spirit of religion or over time change them into mechanical rituals. Perhaps because human beings are very prone to ritualizing religion. Take the case of whole month of Ramadan. A unique practice we established that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed for the believers. We do the fasting, we confine ourselves to the norms as fasting asks us to do. And we don't do the haram. We don't go close to the haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us the help. He chained the shaitan during the month of Ramadan. And we have to do the more of the ibadah, recite the Quran and all those things. The objective of Ramadan was what? To attain the taqwa. To attain the taqwa, or the consciousness of awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Conscious awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So taqwa protects us from engaging in the activities that are harmful for us. Unlike other core Islamic rituals, Ramadan creates a unique environment and religious spirits within Muslim communities for the whole month. We prepare ourselves to welcome the month. And here it comes. Most of us fasted. Most of us did whatever the best we can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of those ibadah. We prepare for whole month. We try not to miss the salah. At least we tried our level best. And we tried to do all the things, and we tried to do tarawih in the night as well, read the Quran and all those things. So this Ramadan brings us closer and bring us closer to as a community as well. So we have the feeling. We become charitable. We give the charity. We give the zakat. So this is all. So all good deeds comes in our heart, and our hearts, as I said, become softened during the month of Ramadan. No, Ramadan is over. We do the Laylatul Qadr as well and all this. But Ramadan is over. So what we need to do now? Are we following the still rituals, or are we gain the taqwa that we continue on? So one is a ritual, because Ramadan give you that rituals. You have to do the fasting, you have to do this, you have to stay away from haram, and you have to read Quran, you have to recite Salah on time, you do the Tarawih, Laylatul Qadr and all those. No, that is a set pattern you have to go through. You did 30 days, 29, 30, depending on where we are. So we've done. So are we going to wrap up and say, that's it, let's go back to our own business and do the way we used to do? Or do we gain enough taqwa that we'll continue on with the same emotions and same energy? So that was to gain the taqwa. So we, rest of the 12 months and rest of the 11 months, we continue on doing the good. That was the whole goal of Ramadan. So put a halt so you can focus on things. And when you establish something, let's continue on for the rest of the 11 months. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us reap the reward as we reap the reward in Ramadan, and continue us forward for 11 months and keep doing the good we were doing. If we were doing the good salah, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to continue doing the good salah with the khushu and khudu. If we were doing the fasting, so if possible, let's do the those were obligatory. Let's do the optional fasting. Let's do the optional fasting as we are in Shawwal. So there are 6 more days of Shawwal, fasting of Shawwal. If you do on the merit, it says 1 day of Shawwal fasting is equal to 10 days of fasting as well. So Ramadan is also 1 day is equal to 10. And it says, as ulama says, if you do 30 days of that, it equals to 300 days of your other days of fasting. If you continue on with 6 days, so it's 360 days. So pretty much whole year is covered from your fasting. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq so we can continue on with inshallah fasting of Shawwal. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَاعْتَعْصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold fast to the rope of Allah altogether and be not divided among yourselves. So this is the way Ummah needs to be. The subject of unity is stressed or was stressed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is reported that Sallallahu claps his hand with the fingers, claps his hand with the finger, and interlaced and said, a believer to another believer is like a solid, exactly, is like a solid, like a brick structure, each brick supporting the other brick. So we should feel it. You know, when you have the brick in your house, you need to put them together. You can't have a distance among themselves. You can have a hole, but you cannot have a house, full complete structure. This is how we need to live as a ummah. We need to feel the pain of the other people who are suffering in the war. It could be Kashmir, it could be Palestine, it could be Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan. You name it, all over the world. Humanity is suffering, and especially more like who's at suffering? Muslims are. And the sectarian conflicts in the Middle East and other parts of the Muslim world are very disturbing. These conflicts do not necessarily involve Muslim against a common enemy. That's another problem. This is not against a common enemy. Sadly enough, the enemies are mostly from within Muslims. Muslims killing Muslims. These actions are not sanctioned in our faith. No one is permitted to take the life of any innocent person. What to speak of taking the life of brother in faith even? Our disunity has created a situation whereby we as Ummah are unable to resolve the crisis in area of sectarian conflicts and around the world, where innocent Muslim men, women, and children are not only being subjected to unthinkable persecution and oppression, but also being killed. It is a demand on us that we take the world seriously, not just personal affairs, but world seriously. Fasting in Ramadan is prescribed on us to mold our character so that we acquire the lofty qualities that are needed to bring inner peace of mind and to enhance our ability to serve others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expects from us that as His vicegerent on earth, we race with each other and compete for righteousness and not for lowly mundane things such as power, greed, and lust. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِكُلِّ وَجْهٌ وَهُوَ مُوَلِّيَ فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ. Each community has its own direction to which it turns, so race to do the good deeds. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Truly, he has succeeded to who purifies its soul, and truly he has failed who corrupts it. قل قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم سائر المسلمين فاستغفر إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا مثل له ومماثل له أزل عبد سرمدي دائم لأول له ولا آخر له ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا حبيبنا وحبيب ربنا وطيبنا وقلوبنا شفينا وشفعنا صدورنا قرة أعين محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال تعالى تبارك الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. It is true there is a lot of anti-Islamic propaganda nowadays. We should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that there are still a very large number of people who have goodwill towards us and who want to know more about our faith, about Islam. Let us build on this trust. Let us use whatever freedom we have and whatever opportunities we have to help others to know us to know about the universal values of Islam. We must pay special attention to the next generation of Muslims growing up here, our children say. They need good upbringing and extensive Islamic education. We must protect them from the wrong influences of drugs, violence, immoral behavior, and the evils that are negatively affecting our youth globally. We must give them knowledge, give them hope, give them love and care, and do our best to keep them on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers and sisters, let us keep the spirit of Ramadan and the spirit of Eid alive among us. Let us strengthen our bond with our Creator and with each other. Let us be more united. Let us become more and more committed to righteousness in our own lives, in the lives of our families, and the society in which we live. O Allah, help us to live without hate and fear of others. O Allah, help us promote understanding and dialogue over bitterness and permission. O Allah, have mercy on our brothers and sisters in faith and humanity who are facing tyranny and oppression, who are suffering from war, terrorism, genocide, and all types of injustice. O Allah, relieve them of their hardship. O Allah, protect us, our families, and our communities and our societies. Keep us on the right path. Guide us to live in peace and to spread the message of peace and justice. O Allah, protect all of us from this corona calamity, what is going on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, take this thing away from the humanity, inshallah, and let the peace prevail again, inshallah. Let us come back to the normal, the way we used to pray, the way we used to come to salah, the way we use masajid needs to be. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revive the same glory of Haramain, inshallah, as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the help and send the nusra to all of those, the one who is fighting the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them the victory over the disbelieving people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us on the right path. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us treat each human being with respect and dignity. The one who's suffering, it could be in Kashmir, Iraq, Iran, anywhere, Palestine, anywhere in the world where the suffering going on. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring ease on them and inshallah give them the nusra as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us treat human beings with respect and dignity. O Allah, please accept our good deeds and forgive our shortcomings. O Allah, bless this land. Bless this land, bless the pious land of us, Haramain and Baitul Maqdis, and all we're talking about all Palestine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and give us this land back again as well, inshallah, as a Muslim has been promised, inshallah. And may Allah bless this land as well, the one we are living, because we need to pray for the one where we are, because we need to obey the law of the land. If you don't agree with that one, we have to move on, because that's what the hijrah is about. But if we are living this land, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this land and make it one of the fruitful for us, Muslim, and inshallah, let Islam prevail in this land as well. I mean, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all the Muslim community in America as well, anywhere in the world, and especially because we are living in America, in Richmond, especially Richmond community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the unity, strength, and make us one of best of the community among all the rest of the United States. So people can look up and say, look at the community of the Richmond, how good, united, and mashallah supportive they are. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us help all of the good causes, whatever is going on in this community. Let us take our shot out of all of those things and just do with sincerity and purity for the khalas and for the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us on the right path, inshallah. Ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the entire community, entire humanity. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Let me conclude with the Hadith Qudsi. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, once people come out of Eid prayer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "O my servants, you fasted and held prayer for me. Return back to your homes while you have been forgiven. Congratulations to you and your families. Barakallahu fikum. Kullu aam wa antum bikhair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessing. Keep your hearts happy and your home happy, inshallah. Wa sallallahu ala khayri khalqi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. And as I said,